How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach Hicks, your resident film nerd of HorseshoeHuddle.com, and of course, your favorite co-host over at the Locked On Colts podcast. We are back with yet another film breakdown here for the channel, and today we're going to be talking about how Shane Steichen completely dismantled this Los Angeles Chargers defense on Sunday. There really is no other better word for it. This was an utter beatdown all game long. The Colts offense essentially got what they wanted whenever they needed it in this one, and they won with a mixture of pre-snap motion to identify what the Chargers were doing. They won with manipulating the defense with a lot of window dressing pre and post snap, and also with well-timed shot plays and good adjustments thrown in there to counter exactly what the Chargers' tendencies really said on film. So this was, I think, one of Shane Steichen's best overall performances as an offensive play caller for the Indianapolis Colts in his tenure with the team. You really don't see many times where an offensive play caller has a defense's number like this in a game, and this was just, again, a complete beatdown all game long from the Colts. And we're going to dive into a couple of their best pass plays and biggest moments and talk about how the Colts were able to generate players WAO, which is called wide ass open. That's essentially what the Colts were all day long. But this first play is all about the window dressing. The Colts sell the run action so well on this play action, and it gets the Chargers defense to aggressively fit the run. And this is really where, one, the impact of Jonathan Taylor is just huge. Just the fear factor that Jonathan Taylor brings to a defense. It makes your defense be more aggressive with their run fits and more just aware of what he's doing on the play, but also what the Colts do with their again, window dressing in the backfield on this play action. Because on a typical play action, like, look, all these guys are going to be selling the run blocking, so they're going to be like jump setting and getting out and stuff like that on play action. And that's really how you get these guys to fight downhill, is they're reading their keys on the offensive line, and that makes them fit against the run, and then it leads it so you can leak guys over the back. But the Colts add these extra wrinkles to it to where they really, really sell the run. I mean, look at the way they sell this here. The Colts are showing, a pretty typical like pin pull type run where we're getting this guy blocking down. It looks like Tyler Warren's climbing to that second level just to pin down a linebacker here. And we're showing a pull here. We're showing Matt Gonsalves pulling to the outside. We're showing Drew Ogletree pulling to the outside. So they're moving so many bodies here at the point of attack here to sell this run play. It looks like we're getting a power run from Jonathan Taylor, and that gets the eyes of all these defenders up. I mean, this safety comes flying downhill. We're getting eyes in the backfield. These defenders are ready to fit against the run against Jonathan Taylor, especially when this is a defense that has struggled fitting against the run in recent weeks. So when you're selling this pin pull action and you have Tyler Warren climbing up here, this linebacker's like, I need to get around, I need to get in here and fit before Warren gets me, which gives Warren all the space he needs to just come out here unevaded and get out into that open field, and it leads to a huge gain for the Colts. So again, these linebackers are fitting, they're expecting the run here because of all that run action in the backfield. Warren's able to slip through on this leak play, and he's able to get upfield for a near 30-yard gain. I don't know exactly who to credit for play calls like this. Jim Bob Cooter's a big-time factor in the play action passing game, but I have heard in the past that Tom Manning, the Colts tight end coach, is a big part of a lot of the window dressing and how they disguise plays. So gun to my head, I would say that those two guys are the big factors on plays like this when it comes to, again, disguising what they're doing, making the play actions look like run designs, and really making this look so good like this. I think Tom Manning and Jim Bob Cooter are a big part of it, and this is where the Colts are able to just, again, generate big plays because of that run action in the backfield. We go to our next big play, though. This is the fourth down conversion that the Colts got a touchdown on. We're going to be selling this pre-snap motion here is just to get a good read on the defense. So we're going to move Anthony Gould over to the right side just to see how the defense reacts, how they're responding to it. And then when we see how the defense moves, so again, we're going to get Gould going over to the right. When we see Derwin James come with him, the Colts are like, okay, we don't want James in this window here because trying to leak Michael Pittman Jr. out here into the flat. So actually what they do is they move Anthony Gould yet again. So now they have Gould coming back across the formation to get James leverage back inside. That way you open up that flat a little bit more for Michael Pittman Jr. So again, pre-snap motion doesn't have to be this static thing. It's not like, okay, we're moving the guy to the right. When you get the read you're looking for, you can just move the guy again, get that guy out of the window. So again, we're getting Derwin James coming back more to the inside of the field. We're getting him away from the window that we want. And then this is just a beautiful play design. This is an RPR, run, pass, run, read option play where the Colts will have one passing option. Your one passing option is Michael Pittman Jr. in the flat. You could hand this off to Jonathan Taylor. And then if Pittman Jr. is completely swallowed up, say this corner swallowed up here, or maybe this guy travels with Michael Pittman Jr., the third option on the play is Daniel Jones just running for that first down. So you have, it's essentially like a triple option in the NFL with this run, pass, run design. And the Colts have been so effective with these type of play calls in the past, especially when you have Michael Pittman Jr. in this like sniffer position here. There's a lot of different ways that people have called this in the past, but I always liked sniffer. Sniffer always stuck out to me. Kind of in this sniffer tight end type role. The Colts utilize him so well on these RPR and RPO type designs from them. And when they get this read here, you know, we're basically going to be reading the conflict defender. So just like a typical RPO, Daniel Jones is going to be looking at this edge defender here. This edge defender crashes down. We know that Jones is going to pull it. And then even if this guy sticks to the outside, you're really just reading on who he's going to be covering, because we know Derwin James isn't making that play because they pushed him back to the inside with that pre-snap motion. So instead of having two conflict defenders, we only have one because of that pre-snap motion. So then even when this guy sticks to the outside, that's typically a give situation to the running back. But Jones knows that the opportunity for the big play is the flat throw to Michael Pittman Jr. So he's going to pull it. And then he's going to move his feet here, because he knows his offensive line is not going to be getting downhill because they know what the play call is. So he's able to move his feet, get that defender sucked into him. And then as the defender makes that decision to commit to him, he throws the ball to Michael Pittman Jr. And that's a walk-in touchdown for the Colts. And again, with these RPR designs, if this guy decides to stick with Michael Pittman Jr., Daniel Jones can just run this in for an easy score as well. So they really had the Chargers defense just completely second guessing on this play. There was really nothing they could do to stop it. One of the Colts' better short yardage calls of the year, and you get the walk-in touchdown to Michael Pittman Jr. Now, this play is obviously the play of the game, one of my favorite play designs by the Colts, and this is just great advanced scouting. The Colts know that the Chargers, when in doubt, their go-to call is we want to do buzz cover 3 to the play strength side. So they want to buzz down this safety to help over the middle of the field, and this is how they play a lot of their third and longs, or just long yardage in general. This is how they like to play in pass coverage. So one way to really exploit cover 3, especially when you are forcing this backside safety here to cover a lot of distance to come to the play strength side, is you want to just put this corner in a bind. Make this corner have to second guess himself. Make this corner have to pick between an underneath route and a vertical route. So this is exactly what the Colts do on this play here. So what we're going to be running is kind of like a smash concept, but it's a bit of a longer developing smash concept to get this corner to come down. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Michael Pittman. This is going to be Alec Pierce. He's going to be running a post corner here to get this safety to kind of come in here, delay, and then have to chase. And what we have to do now when we have this post corner is we need to hold this corner underneath, because if this corner drops, that post corner is not going to be open at all. So this corner needs to be held underneath and stay more shallow on the outside. So what the Colts do to do that is they have Michael Pittman Jr. running a very, very deep curl. Very deep curl. It's kind of a little bit of a dig, actually. He does go a little bit inside. And because you're running that deeper curl here, it's 3rd and 17, even though he's not really a threat to get the first down, he still is a threat to this corner. Now this corner has to make a choice. Is this corner going to keep his depth and then come up and make a tackle on Pittman Jr. if he gets that ball? Or is he going to attack the underneath route, which is what the Colts want? They want this corner coming downhill, pinching and squeezing on Michael Pittman Jr. to open up that post corner over the top. That's exactly what the corner does here. He comes downhill from his deep third positioning. and we get Alec Pierce over the top for a huge gain. But again, this is all about your advanced scouting. This is knowing the tendencies of this outside corner. This is knowing that the team you're going against wants to play a lot more cover 3, so you know this safety is going to buzz down. Because if you're getting quarters on this, and there's like an extra safety up here, you're not getting this route to hit. But because the Colts know the Chargers' tendencies, because they know how the outside corner likes to play routes like this, they feel good calling up this play, getting a wide open shot on 3rd and 17 for a 40-plus yard gain. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. That's when you know you're in a groove as an offensive play caller. And I guarantee coming into the week that Shane Steichen had this as their designated shot play for post turnover or anytime we just want to get a chunk gain. And with the Colts backed up at 3rd and 17 early in this one, he probably just threw the play sheet down and said, F it, we're going with this because we know what they're going to run. And the Colts get their big play down the sideline to Alec Pierce. Fantastic game planning, fantastic decision making. And then again, Daniel Jones just has to do one read and put it out there for Alec Pierce, and it's good to go. Now we follow it up with, again, just another beautiful play design here by the Colts. Now, the Colts all year have been a naked boot team. So you're going to run the outside zone. You're going to sell outside zone here with the offensive line. And typically with their boot action, they're going to have Jones get out here, get out wide, dump it in the flat to Tyler Warren, dump it over the side to Alec Pierce on a cross. Like, this is how the Colts have run a lot of their play action designs. And when you do that as much as the Colts have, these linebackers become aware of it. You know, like NFL defenses, NFL players are not stupid. So the more often that you do something, the more aware a defense becomes. So as you start doing all these play action designs off of outside zone type runs, these linebackers, you know, they're going to fit the run, but then they're going to haul ass and get over here and get into this crosser window. Or this guy's going to fit and then come over here and look for Tyler Warren in the flat. This guy's going to fit and then kind of get back into that crosser window as well. So these defenders are so aware of the play action boot that your next best thing that you can do, the way that you kind of get these defenders also second guessing themselves, is calling a throwback screen off of your play action. So again, you're selling the zone run, getting these guys out blocking like it's a zone run, and you're going to do the boot action. The second these linebackers see the boot action, they're going to follow the play. They're going to move with the quarterback. So how do you get them? How do you exploit their movements back across the field? You call a screen. You have Jonathan Taylor sit out here, wait for the ball to be throwback, get your offensive linemen out in space. All three of these guys get out here and they seal off the edge, and you're able to get a convoy in front of your superstar running back to get a big gain. So it's a beautiful variation. It's a variation that a lot of college teams run off of naked boot plays. Again, look at these linebackers. They're sitting deep. They're trying to get into that crosser window. They're not coming down here after Jonathan Taylor. We're getting that throwback screen and nearly a touchdown for Taylor up the left side of the field. But yeah, I've seen a lot of this stuff in the Big 12. And again, Tom Manning, the Colts tight end coach, was an offensive coordinator in the Big 12. So again, you can kind of see where they get a lot of these concepts from. But excellent stuff. Excellent stuff from the Colts. I love that variation so much. And it's a tendency breaker. You know, now these linebackers are like, what's coming on the play action boot? Now, are they going to throw it back? Are they going to keep going and throw it to Warren? Are they going to hit the crosser to the Alec Pierce? You're getting defenses just guessing on every single play. And this is where Shane Steichen has just been fantastic all season long. I just love that throwback. You have to mix that in every now and then just to get these defenses honest. Another great play. This is before the half. Let me move my thing there. But this is just Dagger. I love Dagger so much. It's my favorite play in the world, where you get the guy clearing out inside and then you open up that middle of the field window. This is, I mean, since I was a little kid, I love Dagger because you get so many deep shots out of it. You get the middle of the field open. But some really cool minor things here is Anthony Gould does a great job of outside releasing on his corner here, selling that vertical ball, getting this guy to turn and trail with him. And again, it opens that window over the middle of the field to Alec Pierce before the end of the half, gets the Colts into field goal range, exactly what they were going for. And it's a perfect quarters beater. You know, this is exactly what you draw to beat quarters, because with that outside release, again, that corner is just going to be so aware of what's going on here. And again, even if this corner right here, the slot corner, is not going to turn and run with Anthony Gould, because we are getting the outside release, the corner has to shuffle over and make that contact to make life easier for the safety getting over the top, which pulls him out of that middle of the field window that we're trying to free up with the dagger concept. So really good attention to detail from Anthony Gould here to get that outside release on that slot corner and drag him out of that middle window. Again, we're dragging him out of that middle window, which opens it up right behind for Alec Pierce. Really great route by Alec Pierce over the middle. Catches the ball in traffic, gets the Colts in field goal range. They get another completion after this to Michael Pittman Jr. to get the chip shot field goal, and the Colts get points before the half. Really great stuff there. Then, again, we're getting all these like NFL concepts. We're getting outside zone. We're getting naked boot stuff. We're getting a lot of stuff that you expect in the NFL. This is pure college stuff here. This is beautiful college stuff. We're getting Tyler Warren motioning across here, across the line, and we're going to get this jet sweep run here to Jonathan Taylor. Just really, really cool design. But I want to show you guys here, once we get Warren across and we get this linebacker movement here, with the play call, again, being this jet run to Jonathan Taylor here, there's really just one guy who can make this play. The only player that can make this play whatsoever is defensive end. If defensive end shoots up the field, he can make a tackle on Jonathan Taylor. But if he doesn't do that, they have zero chance of making the play, because we're going to have Alec Pierce getting right here and sealing off this player, Michael Pittman Jr. sealing here. This guy with his leverage has no chance of working across here and cutting off Jonathan Taylor, a 4-3 running back in the open field. Linebacker has no chance with his leverage. Safety is not beating Jonathan Taylor to the corner here. So really there is just one conflict defender that we are watching. So what do the Colts do to really hold this defender and hold this defender in here to make sure he can't get vertical? We're gonna pull Quentin Nelson around the outside. Pull Quentin Nelson around the outside, makes this defender feel like he has to come in and take on Quentin Nelson to seal that outside edge, which gives all the leverage we need for Jonathan Taylor to get to the outside. So a lot of people will be like, oh, why are you selling the shovel here? What does selling the shovel do? Well, when you sell that shovel, you're not really worried about this linebacker, because, again, from this inside leverage, that linebacker is not meeting Jonathan Taylor on the outside. All you're doing is hoping that you can get this guy pinched inside and make it so he doesn't shoot up the field vertical. So when you pull Quentin Nelson, when you fake the shovel to Tyler Warren, who's a big-time threat, you're getting this guy feel like he has to pinch the outside edge, gets him inside the way you want, and then your jet sweep is able to go for an easy walk-in touchdown. Again, just great attention to detail from the Colts coaching staff, where you're adding these extra wrinkles here to give the right leverage to your players. And this is where we get it with the Colts, where a lot of people are saying, like, how is this offense so efficient? How are they so effective? They really only have this superstar running back, but all these other names, they haven't put up multiple thousand yards. I mean, Michael Pittman Jr. has, but you know what I mean? Like, these aren't we don't have 4 Jamar Chases out there, but the attention to details from the coaching staff of the Colts is why they are so effective, where, again, we're pulling Quentin Nelson, getting this defensive end to come inside. He's unblocked on this play. He could just watch what's happening here in the backfield and shoot up the field and really cut off Jonathan Taylor. But because we are mixing in this run action here with Quentin Nelson, he feels like he has to pinch inside. That pinch inside gives all the leverage we need for Jonathan Taylor. And again, that linebacker had no chance of cutting him off. This safety, no chance. This corner has to get around Michael Pittman Jr., no chance here. So it's about giving your star players the extra leverage they need to find success. That's where this coaching staff has really shined. Another just beautiful play design here. I know I sound so excited, guys, but this play design stuff has just been so great from the Colts, and this is why it was such a bludgeoning on Sunday with the Colts offense. But again, look at what we're selling with the run action here. Colts are leading here. You think, okay, they're just going to run up the middle, get a couple of positive yards, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing a lot of this second half. So we're selling the zone runs here. Just a nice little inside run here. And Derwin James is man-to-man against Tyler Warren on this play, or at least he's going to be in the flat. He's going to be either the flat defender or he's man-to-man with Tyler Warren. So what the Colts do is, again, in selling this run action, we're having this block right up here with Tyler Warren and Alec Pierce on the outside. So Derwin James, seeing that his man is blocking, is like, cool, I need to aggressively fit this run because superstar Jonathan Taylor is coming downhill. I need to meet him in the hole and make sure that I can stop him from getting a positive gain here. So the Colts here, again, selling that run action with Tyler Warren blocking inside, gets Derwin James sucked up inside. And once Derwin James commits to that run, we peel off Tyler Warren into the flat, Daniel Jones, a quick little dump off, and Warren's off to the races for yet another huge gain on the play. Again, it's just the attention to details here. We know that Derwin James is going to aggressively fit the run here with the Colts leading in the second half, and we're going to use that to our advantage, get the ball out in space to Tyler Warren, get him up the field for a huge productive gain. Great stuff. Great stuff from this Colts coaching staff. And one more play here for good measure, just to really show the Colts this year have loved their 12 personnel, just max protect blocking. So we're getting both these guys blocking here, the tight ends. We're getting max protection, and we're going to do a play action and then isolate our 2 receivers on the outside. We'll have Jonathan Taylor come out in the flat just in case. But the Colts really trust their wide receiver room in these situations. So a lot of these plays, it's essentially a 2-man route concept against, look how many defenders are out here in coverage, and the Colts trust their guys to win these matchups on the outside. So these will mostly be throws outside the numbers, either on deep comebacks, deep curls, or vertical balls. And this route by Alec Pierce just shows the growth he's had as a player, where he is selling this thing vertical. He's using his speed to sell vertical. So he's going to close this distance in a hurry, get on the backside in that blind spot of that corner. And once he hits that blind spot is when he throttles down and comes back on the comeback route. That corner just has no chance because you have to open your hips to run with Alec Pierce. He's too fast. So once Pierce gets right into that blind spot where that corner is speed turning and getting vertical, that's when Pierce throttles down, gets back to the outside, and gets an easy catch for another chunk gain. The Colts were able to score on the next play after this, but just a beat down all day long from the Colts coaching staff on the Chargers coaching staff. The attention to details were fantastic. The window dressing was great. The pre-snap motion, the play action, and then just the timely shot plays to Pierce and the rest of this offense. Everything was clicking for this Colts team against the Chargers, and they showed yet again that this offense is legit. You don't have to have 11 superstars on offense. It helps having your Jonathan Taylors and your Quentin Nelsons for sure. But when you have 11 players who know their role, understand what they have to do on every single play, and you have a coaching staff that has so much attention to detail. Heck, one thing we didn't even talk about on this play here is look at Jonathan Taylor with this chip. This chip right here just frees up that whole side of the blocking and allows for this. So many guys are just committing to their roles this year. The Colts offense is certainly a sum of their parts, and this is why we're seeing them be the number 1 offense in football on a historic pace to start the year. Everybody knows what they have to do. Everyone's stepping up, and the Colts are just a well-oiled machine on this side of the ball. So, yeah, Shane Steichen, I thought, again, this was one of his best overall play-calling days of his career. Colts O-line was great. Tyler Warren was great. Alec Pierce was great. Jonathan Taylor was great. There's not really much more we can say about this Colts offense. They are just fantastic. They're clicking on all cylinders, and they took the Chargers to the woodshed on Sunday, and it led to another massive showing, another showing where they put up 38, and it feels like they could have put up 58. This Colts offense is capable of so many big things, and we're seeing it each and every day. So, yeah, I don't really have too much more to say about them. They're just a machine right now, and there's no defense in the NFL that scares me with how good the Colts offense is playing at the moment.